Hi guys, welcome to our channel If Else. So today we are going to discuss about Micron interview experience. So let's quickly start about the same. So it's gonna be three rounds. First round is online test. Second round is technical interview, and third round is managerial plus HR. And let's quickly go into the round one online test. So it is the MCQs test and with four sections. It has aptitude questions and programming questions, technical questions and coding questions. And first of all it has aptitude of 15 questions, which has time of 20 minutes, and then we'll be getting into programming with 10 MCQs in 15 minutes. It's generally output input based questions. And then third section is technical subjective questions, and it has 25 MCQs, and we should be solving that questions in 30 minutes. And then we'll be going to coding round, and it has two questions, and it has to be solved in 45 minutes. Then we'll be getting into second round. And for second round, we have the interview will be depending on the role that we have given, and the role that we have given will be specific to the person. Around 50 people got selected to the second round, so depending on the role, the questions will be varies. So the questions for me is the first question, general question is tell me about yourself, and I told myself very well, and I have included the key points that should be mentioned in the tell me about yourself. And then he asked me about technologies that I have known, and then he quickly got into the coding question. Then he asked me to write the code to find out pace having a sum equal to k with all the approaches. I have told three approaches, and you generally find the question in Geeks for Geeks questions, and it's a simple question. And suppose the sum is like given k is 5, then it can have 1 4 2 3 and like that 5 0 like that in the array. So then he goes into the question of SQL. Then the query is like it has two tables, departments and employees, and we have to find the department names having employees count greater than 100. It's pretty simple questions. And he asked a lot of questions in joins of SQL. And we have natural join, inner join, auto join, full inner join. And here I have covered all the questions with the examples, and I have written the query by sharing my screen. And then we quickly got into the layers of OSA model and functionalities of each layer. And then he asked me about DNS, domain name service space, domain name service, and what is the use of it and how it works. And also the role that have given to me is VMware virtual Windows role. So it is mandatory that they should ask about the layers and networking. So they have asked the layers and networking questions for my role. So then I got into the last round, and it is technical plus HR round. It is 40 minutes actually, and it may varies depending upon the interviewer and interviewee. So the first question is general common question. Tell me about yourself. And then I told myself very clear, and we have to be clear while telling every word in the interview. So then he asked me about my interests, and then he asked me the most challenging part of my life. So I have given many examples in my life, and like I have covered in projects and internships and everything that I have done, and the most challenging parts of each phase of my studies and academics. And then he asked me about the work project of SQL and the procedures and triggers questions on SQL. And then how and he asked me about how's the lockdown and how's learning in lockdown and etc. And he then asked me about coding skills and all, and how would I improve this coding skills, and how did you improve this coding skills, and what are the platforms that you use, like example, HackerRank, Geeks for Geeks, etc. And then he asked me how I managed all the things in CBIT. Basically, I'm from CBIT, so he asked me the college, how I manage all the things, and he asked me about the studies and sports and committees together. How should I manage and how would I manage like that? And then he asked me about a task, like how to complete within a time limit. What will you do? Which I don't know the task, and I'll ask the seniors and etc etc. And first I have to get the requirements and all. I have given the answer pretty much clear, and then he asked me about what will be the what will you do if I got selected, and then he asked me about work culture, and I asked about him, and he gave me the chance to ask a couple of questions, and I asked him about work culture of Micron and all. And then he asked me about the passion and profession, the difference between them, and how could you manage them both. And I have answered pretty much well. Like my passion is like dance, and I have given pretty much examples how to manage dance and the a profession like coding skills, how to balance both of them and all. And then finally I got selected. And then regarding tips, first of all, we should be honest. If we don't know the answer, we should get just guess things. We should not get guess the things, and just we have to tell them like we don't know the answer, and we'll definitely learn about them. And then we have to know every word which we have mentioned in the resume. Like they will ask definitely about resume only. So if we don't know something, then it would be messy, right? So we should be knowing every word in the resume, and we should be very clear and vocal throughout the interview, and let the other person know what we are thinking about. So they should know what we are thinking about, and they should get what we are trying to explain them clearly. So, and then at last, try giving some mock interviews as it helps to build your confidence. So it's definitely gives the confidence, as it will get used to you will get used to the interviews and all. And I personally think that apart from knowing the answers, which I believe my peers know, too, that the thing which keep me ahead was my confidence level throughout the whole interview, and not being nervous if I could answer something. So you know very well, like confidence matters very well, and that's it. And yeah, thank you, and please do subscribe. If you have any questions or queries, please comment, or we reach out to our mail through mail or Instagram. Thank you.